Hey family, welcome back to a new video. And in today's video, we are hanging out right here in Atlanta, south side of the metropolitan area over near Union City, Georgia. So right in between Union City, South Fulton, and Atlanta is where you will find the enclave at Stonewall Station. So that is the community that I will be featuring today. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the video. Okay, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, my name is Raymond and I am a real estate broker here in Atlanta. I work with buyers and sellers that are looking to relocate to Metro Atlanta, as well as buyers and sellers that are already here. So if you need any of my help, feel free to reach out to me. My first step in my process is to schedule a consultation so that I can understand truly what you're looking to do, what your goals are, and how I can best assist you. All right, that is starting point number one for me. All right, so if you need any of my help, take care of that consultation and we can get the ball rolling. If you are a subscriber or a frequent viewer, thank you so much for coming back to watch another informative video here all about the Metro Atlanta real estate market. So without further ado, we're gonna jump into this one. This video is for all of my first time home buyers. So if you're looking to buy your first home, or if you haven't owned in a long time and you want to purchase now and get out of that rental type of situation, this community could work for you. The prices are definitely on the lower end when it comes to other homes that are brand new here in Metro Atlanta, especially with the prices of real estate today. So the homes that I'm gonna feature on the channel today are gonna be priced at $327,490. That's the price for both of the homes that I'm gonna show you. They are basically 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath homes. One is just under 1,700 square feet and the other one is just over 1,700 square feet. So that is the breakdown of what I'm gonna show you. Okay, so before we get into the houses, let me show you around the amenity section. This community does have a playground area and the HOA dues here is $800 per year. All right, and that covers the access to the amenities here, as well as the HOA oversight, maintaining the bylaws, making sure everybody is following the rules of the community. Now, whether or not an HOA is good for you, look, that's your opinion. You have to make that determination for yourself, all right? So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna turn the camera around and then we're gonna head over to take a look at those homes. While I'm showing you this playground area, I'm gonna give you some very important information about the area to familiarize you with it. Because obviously, if you're watching this video and you know nothing about Atlanta, I want you to walk away feeling a little bit more empowered and connected to the location from my video, all right? So, without further ado, let's get to work. All right, welcome to the amenity section. Not very much to see, but a playground area that's pretty well equipped. We got a slide. Is it 2 slides? I think there's 4 slides. There are absolutely no swings, and this area needs to be cleaned up a bit. Okay, there's some debris on the ground. I can see it in the distance and right in front of me. But it does have all of the little rock chips there to protect the little ones from hurting themselves too much, soften that little fall if they do. And then you have like a little pavilion area there. I don't know if there was once upon a time a plan to actually have seating there and they changed their minds, but there are 4 or 3 benches that are flanking this playground area here. So that's one of the things you'll see, one of the perks you'll get. You'll also get to airplane watch if you're into that. Let me see if I can zoom in and get that for y'all. So this community, taking us into the segue of what we're going to talk about the area. This community, as I told you, is located on the south side. The Atlanta airport is located on the south side as well. So this community is about 13 minutes from the airport. Exactly about 13 minutes from the airport. Also, the area is well insulated with commercial spaces, commercial hubs to do your shopping. So about 13 minutes from this huge area we call the Camp Creek Marketplace. And then you're about 8 minutes from the nearest grocery store. The side that I'm on right now is the first phase of this community. The other homes that I'm going to actually show you is across the street. But I wanted to bring you to the amenity section because obviously if you purchase this home in this community, I want you to be able to see both sides of the neighborhood. All right, so that's the location. And then just my general opinion of the area, I would say this is one of the quietest side of south of the metro, if you will. It's kind of in an awkward space, right? So it's technically in Atlanta, Georgia, but it's outside of the Atlanta city limits, so it's unincorporated. And then there was a new city that was incorporated a few years ago that's geographically right here. So for tax purposes, it could be in the South Fulton area, but I don't believe so. Actually, it is not. Look at all of these planes that are coming in. This is absolutely crazy. For all of the I don't know if it's coming through on the camera, but we got one on final there, one on final there, and one on final there. So I'm looking at like 3 planes coming into Hartsfield right now. Over this community. So it is in the flight path, but the area itself, as far as like riffraff and, you know, kind of a reputation, this part, there's not much going on at all. It used to be a very industrial area. So actually it feels more industrial right outside the community until you drive a little bit to get into that commercial side of things. So from a enjoyability, it would be very quiet living here. All right, so let's go ahead and hop in the truck and go across the road and take a look at the enclave, which is the section that has 10 homes still left for sale. Let's go. All right, so I am now officially on the ground, and I want to show you the entire kind of structure, if you will, of the phase 2. So this is the back road here. All right, so this is the final bit of section 2 for this community, and there's only one other street that pretty much brings you to this T, which is the main road on this side. So this enclave is truly a little enclave of, so I would say about 24 homes that I counted, and then I can't see around this curb. So it's probably like 25 homes on this side. They're all pretty small. You can see that. So you can see the rendering from across the road. They're all built under the same little umbrella. They don't look very much like Georgia homes. So yeah, I mean, look at the front of these homes. They do not look like Atlanta homes. Like, they don't look Georgian, but they are definitely attractive here in person. If you will, if you had to think about it, they really look like a detached townhouse. There's no way to, I mean, that's pretty much what it looks like. A townhouse that is detached, you don't have shared walls, and you have your full 2-car garage with a driveway. I do like the presentation of this neighborhood. It seems like it will be able to maintain that order because you can put 2 cars inside, and then you can put 2 cars or even 3 cars on the pad. So it should not be a need to clutter the main street with cars parked alongside of the road, because you got enough space. But we all know it's gonna be somebody, right? It's gonna be somebody. And this community does have the centralized kiosks, so there are no mailboxes for people to have to maintain. I'll show you that little mailbox up here. We actually drove right by it, but I'm waiting on them to open the door in this house. So we got some time, I'm just gonna show you that real quick. And wow, I see some brick, some actual red brick up here. I wonder, is it gonna stay that way? Are they gonna paint it? More than likely it's gonna be painted. Looks like that's like the last one to be built, because they all got this white brick look going on, which if they keep it together, it will be a nice community for a long time. So that is the centralized mail kiosk here. And they gave you a little parking area around it, which is nice too. So, you know, people should be able to park, get their mail, and move on. I guess maybe even some vacant visitors parking spots as well. There are no actual parking lanes on the ground. I don't know if that's like still in development or what, but yeah. So that is the centralized mail kiosk, and that's the whole of the enclave portion here. So it is quite small in here, but I like the feel. And this is just my opinion on the ground. You guys know I'm a straight shooter, so if it looked like crap, I would tell you. But I do think that they planned it out well from a space standpoint, especially with having the driveways long enough to have, you know, your cars off of the street. So yeah, let me get this door open and we'll get inside, show you around. All right, let's start out with the Cecil plan. This is gonna be lot 15. And again, both of these homes are available for sale. So if you're interested in it, feel free to give me a phone call and we can get the process started with securing it. If you have an agent already, then there's nothing I can do for you, okay? So then you would need to have your agent reach out to the company and go forward that way to represent you, okay? I apologize in advance for the echo. This is an empty unit, and that's what it sounds like. All right, so let me turn you around here. You do have a long corridor, a long foyer corridor here from the front door, which helps break the feeling up a bit. And then you have this 2-car garage here. The 2-car garage is painted, but there are no motors for the door. So you would need to get the door motor if you want to have it motorized. Okay, but it's a 2-car garage, which is a nice size. Right up front, you do have a traditional coat closet, which is really nice to see and to have. Okay, coming into the Cecil, you have the living room there, and the living room is open directly to the kitchen and the dining area. This is casual dining in both of the floor plans, so there are no formal dining rooms, okay? But the square footage for the Cecil, this one is gonna be 1,695 square feet, okay? 1,695. This is a pantry here for the kitchen. It's a little bit outside of the kitchen in a sense, but that is the pantry for the kitchen. And the cabinets, I don't know if they're looking black on the camera. I feel like they may be looking darker on the camera than what they are in person, but they are an espresso brown. So they're very deep chocolate, but they are not black, okay? You got a little U-style kitchen concept going on here with a peninsula, and I believe there is an overhang on the other side for bar stools. There is no garbage disposal in the sink, okay? So this is just showing you back towards the view of the living room. You can do a medium-sized sectional in here and have enough space to accommodate, okay? Then you have that kitchen, sorry, not the kitchen, the stairs right behind the kitchen, okay? And it's a wraparound, which I liked. And I believe it's a wrap on both floor plans. But here is the powder room here for the Cecil plan. And it's just that pedestal sink with the toilet opposite and flush mount lights, disc lights, no pendant lights in the powder room. Going upstairs, we'll find 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths up here. Let me just show you the curvature here, or the wraparound, so you can get a visual of that. But it's really nice. Nice little broken up feel. Give you a second to catch your breath. And then up here, which this is, the landing is quite different from the other floor plan, which is called the Nelson. The Nelson has somewhat of a little landing area. Not a true foyer, but a bigger, exaggerated landing area, which you will see in a minute. Huge laundry room here. And both of the secondary bedrooms are facing the front of the property on the Cecil. So they are away from the primary bedroom just a little bit. This is bedroom number 1. You could fit a queen size bed in here with no problems. A full would fit more comfortably if you have additional furniture to accommodate the bed, but a queen with minimal furniture will fit. And you have a step-in closet here, just to give you that view. I really do like the doors that they use, as well as the levers. So it kind of makes it, you know, it gives it that modern feel a little bit more than just the traditional doorknobs. Okay, let's go to secondary number 2. Very comparable size rooms. I don't feel that any of them are the secondaries. I feel like they're probably about the same dimension. But you can fit a queen size bed in here. This one may be the largest with this little cutout here. You could probably put a dresser right in here, maybe, but I wouldn't want to block that window. So I don't know what you would do in that space. And then this is a step-in closet as well, about the same size as the one before. Okay. And then you have the secondary bathroom, which is shared by both of the secondary bedrooms. The LVP is carried up through the main level all the way throughout the entire unit. It does have granite countertops in here, and of course the fabricated enclosure. But yeah, I mean, it does feel mid-tier. I wouldn't say it feels super basic, because this is an actual solid stone versus the Formica countertop, and this is not vinyl. So it feels, let me just confirm. You know what? This may be a vinyl sheet. So we need to confirm downstairs if that's interlocking, and they just did want to match, but that's actually vinyl. All right, sometimes I've seen that happen where they'll match the same color, but it won't be the actual LVP, but we'll confirm downstairs. This is just a secondary storage closet here for different things, vacuum cleaners, things like that. And then we get into the primary bedroom right outside of the door entrance. You can see the door entrance here. You immediately turn to the left and you'll have the ensuite bathroom. And you do have 2 double vanity, or if you will, a double vanity setup, which, you know, that's what you expect to see in 25. And you still have that granite. This is real. This is real. They did a little bit more of this. They actually did tile in the primary bathroom, which is nice to see. Yeah, and it is a combination. Let's turn that light on over there. That's perfect. It's a combination shower and tub combination. That's what we call that. And then you have your toilet freestanding. And then this is the view here of the vanity area. Right behind the door, you do have a little linen closet here, which is nice. Okay, so you don't have to commingle your linen stuff with your clothes stuff and shoes and all that. You got towels and rags next to shoes. You don't have to do that. okay? So right outside of the bathroom and the front entrance to the room, you have the closet for the primary bedroom. It's a decent sized closet. I will say the Nelson, I believe, is a bit bigger. So if this is too small, you can get the Nelson plan, and that can make you feel a little bit better about the size. But I mean, I think it's a decent size. The room itself, I feel, is a really nice size. I'm gonna show you the long way. I'm at the far end of the room, and I'll pan the camera around just to show you the full length. So it's almost like a rectangle shape, but you know, you'll have more space on the sides than in the front. So it's a little bit more narrow in that way, but you could have a king size bed in here and have a decent amount of space on each side of the bed, and as well as in front of the bed out that way. So they did very good on the size of the primary bedroom, in my opinion. And the lights are adequate as well, the placements of the lights. So let me go ahead and show you the outside area of this one. This is lot 15. And again, the price on it is $327,490. Okay, so let me show you let's confirm this floor. And I think it's just vinyl, y'all. Yep, it's vinyl. There are no grooves here. So all of this is vinyl floors all the way throughout the house. But they appear as the interlocking LVP. They got me, okay? But I just want to clarify that for you guys. All right. They all come standard with this covered porch here. I was trying to get the light on for you, but covered porch, it's just a standard size. I think this is a 12 by 12 or 10 by 10, some of that nature. But it's just a even square, and you have the overhang there. You don't have much grass space. So keep that in mind. If you need grass space, this may not be the one for you. And all of the setbacks, they're all on one setback, okay? So you don't have, I mean, you probably could do like the retract, like put a curtain rod and like do the shades or something, like the curtain to close it off to have a little bit more privacy. You could do stuff like that if you're just into privacy. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at the next one here across the road, well, next door. So yeah, this is the house. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Tell me if you like the Cecil, because we're gonna go next door to see the Nelson. But for the price, again, this is an entry-level home. This is not, this is not meant to be the forever house. But one thing I will say, when you're getting into these entry-level homes, you have to think about comparing it to the rental dynamic, right? A house like that for rental in Atlanta would be easily $2,500, $2,600 a month, right? You can own that house for $1,500, well, about $1,800 per month. So you're saving on living in the same product, as well as you can turn that house into a rental. You can turn it into an Airbnb. I don't believe there are any Airbnb restrictions. I'll have to confirm that, so don't quote me on that one. But you can definitely turn it into a long-term rental and build generational wealth. Those are some of the things that renting can never compete with, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the Nelson floor plan here. A lot of, quite a bit of a different layout. So even though the square footage is only about 7 to 10, actually this is 17, let me get the exact for you guys. The Nelson is 1707 and the Cecil is 1695. So what is that? Like, you do the math there. Quick math, like 12 square feet difference. So you're not gonna see that huge difference in the number, but the feeling of it, it feels so different. All right, coming into, hold on, let me back up. Coming into the foyer, or coming into the house, you do have that long corridor foyer, the same that we just saw in the Cecil. You also do still have that 2-car garage, same concept. You will need to get the motor for the door, but again, 2-car bay, unobstructed. I mean, you do have the hot water tank there, but you could have a standard size sedan before you reach that hot water tank. So, and this side here is even longer unobstructed. So if you have something a little bit longer, you can park on the right side. All right, going into the house here, I'll stand here at the end and give you a little pan. You can see it looks totally different in the inside. I prefer the Nelson. Tell me which one you prefer as far as the layout on the main level. I feel like this is just laid out more naturally without all of the weird curves and things of that nature. That's just how I feel about it, okay? Walking in straight through, I'm gonna show you this powder room here is off, almost like as if you're going out to the patio. You get to the powder room, which I thought was really nice. You know, you got a certain person that you're having a little game night or something at your house and they use the restroom and they ate the wrong thing before they came to your house. You can just open the door. You can just let it air out right at the door. But no, seriously, I like the whole vibe of this glass door as well. It lets tons of light in here. We have a sunny day today, and time of filming this video is about 2:30 p.m. So this is about just after high noon. So the sun is not gonna get any higher. So this is the covered patio on this one. Again, as you can see, it's a bit off to the left, whereas that one was a bit, well, if you're standing outside the house, that one is to the right and this one is to the left. But you got this little grassy bit here, okay? You know, so yeah, it's about all the grass you're gonna get. But let's continue on through the house. All right, I really think that the white cabinets in here really was a good choice. It opens up the space. It is already a small space, but it really opens it up even more. It took away a little bit from that dining room concept that we saw next door. So if you're into casual dining, this little bump out here took that space, which is a closet. So that kind of changes it a bit for the dining area. But just to give you another view of that kitchen, you can see a little bit of overhang here. You could do a bar stool or two, and that countertop, this granite, will overhang. All right, let's take a look in here, see if it was worth it. So you got a pretty decent little closet here to pack away some items. And then on this one, you do have a dedicated pantry inside of the kitchen area, if you will. Okay, which I thought was really nice. And it's a decent sized pantry. Your refrigerator would go here. What I don't like is this incomplete look. I mean, I feel like, I know it's supposed to be an affordable option, but I mean, again, $328,000 isn't necessarily cheap. I do feel like there should have been a cabinet over the refrigerator. I mean, that was probably like $200. But anyway, that's the only negative gripe I have about this kitchen as far as the overall look. And these are 36-inch cabinets. They're not 42, but again, you're not expecting to see that at this price point. At least you should not be expecting to see it. As a real estate broker that sees tons of homes every day, I know the expectation, but again, to an average buyer, especially a first-time buyer, you may not know what to expect. So that's why having a real estate agent is the best idea, okay? And again, you can feel free to reach out to me if you don't have an agent and you're thinking about really pursuing that home ownership goal. Just call me and we'll get the process started. So this is what I was talking about when I said that the landing was different on the Nelson. So it does have a little bit of a wrap around, okay? So you are able to catch your breath. And then you have this little landing here, okay? Coming on up, same, it's a bit inverted. So on the Cecil, the secondary bedrooms were in the front. On the Nelson, they're in the back, okay? So we'll go take a look at that now. Okay, get you a better angle here. Same size bedrooms, I would say. Queen size bed can fit, full size bed will be more comfortable with more furniture. So same sentiments as it relates to the size. Closet space, decently adequate. And then secondary number 2. Show you the scale print there. And then the closet is going to be pretty much the same size. But again, decent sized room in its price point. I think expectations are in alignment with what you should be expecting to see. Same size closet. All right, let's get in here to the bathroom. I'll show you the vanity area here in a second because the window is right here, the mirror is right here. And I look, y'all came to see real estate, not me, okay? But you still have that fiberglass enclosure in the secondary bathroom. Same color flooring, that vinyl flooring here. And then I'll spin you around. You do have a single vanity here with those white cabinets carried through from the kitchen. Same levers, so everything is pretty much still the same in that respect. And then just another view of that little landing area, which is, I think, the biggest difference, as well as that downstairs layout between the two properties, okay? The laundry room here, this one just has a closet, whereas the other one had a laundry room, which was quite, it was pretty deep. So you do get a closet in this one compared to an actual laundry room. And then we walk into the primary bedroom. It feels just like the other one when it comes to how everything is stacked out. But I will say on the Cecil, it was longer. So the tub was at the end, whereas this one, the tub is behind the door. So it feels a little bit smaller in that respect, but still quite nice. And this builder uses or chooses to build with these lights here where you can turn this little halo on, and you can also de-steam when you're having the shower on automatically. So that's a nice little feature to have, okay? And then you do have a different color tile here, which is really nice. I do like this. This is giving groovy here. I like it. And it's still that combination, shower and tub. And then you do have a linen closet as well, which is quite deep. Maybe a little bit bigger than the Cecil. Okay. Let's go ahead and show you the bedroom itself. Literally the same. It might be a little bit smaller. I can't tell, but I think it's about the same, honestly. I mean, unless you come in here with a tape measure, that's the only way you're gonna prove the difference. That's how close they are in size. So same thing, your bed could go in between these windows. Let me just bring you back and show you towards what I'm trying to show you. So your bed can go in between there facing us. So king size bed, no problem. And to be honest, this one has a little bit more definition of like a sitting area off to the right, because I'm standing where the bed would be. So if you look over, you could actually put a few chairs over there and a TV on that side, you know, with a swivel, and that way it can turn towards the bed, but you can station it flat and have like your little seating area. So it does have some versatility in that respect. The primary bedroom and the living room is spec'd out with a ceiling fan. Now this also is a bit different here. This closet to me appeared bigger, a little bit deeper than the Cecil plan. So, but yeah, I feel like I can take a few more steps in than I could on the Cecil. But again, it's not enormous, but it's definitely fitting. And especially if you get the closet organizers in here to really maximize that space. So all in all, I think it's a great value for what you're getting. And the area, when I tell you that this area is so convenient, it's really, really convenient. The incentives. Let's talk about the incentives, because I haven't told you about those yet. So the builder is doing two different incentives that you can choose from. The first one is a 4.99% fixed with $8,000 towards your closing costs. That's option one. Option two, you could do a 2-1 buy down with your first year being 2.99, topping out at 4.99 in your third year. So that helps you with keeping your mortgage payments lower in the beginning, and it's not an ARM, it's not an adjustable rate, but your first year would be at about, for this particular house, depending on how much money you want to put down, but if you're putting in the minimum, the least amount as possible down, you're looking at about $1,800 and some change per month for this particular property. If you went with that's with the 2-1 buy down. If you went for the 4.9, you're looking at about $2,000 a month for this particular property. So that is the incentive, but the neighborhood is absolutely impressive, I must say. So definitely, if you have any questions about this neighborhood or about the area or about starting your home searching journey, feel free to give me a phone call. That's why I do these videos, to reach you, to be able to give you an option to work with me if you are looking for a realtor and a real estate broker that knows their stuff. All right, so feel free to reach out to me. Until next time, stay tuned. Also hit the subscribe button to be notified when I post more content just like this. I am leaving here, heading to another entry-level community to show you what their offerings are over on the south side, down in Hampton. So that's gonna be the next video coming up. So definitely hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified when it pops onto the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.